Imagine if I said that Edgar Cayce, the most extensively documented psychic in American history, disclosed in reading 5.7493 that your soul does not merely dissipate after death. Instead, it undergoes a specific and measurable process during the initial 12 months that shapes your entire spiritual destiny. What if I told you that this process is so thorough and exact that it resembles a scientific guide to consciousness beyond mortality? Before we delve into these astounding insights drawn from over 14,000 documented readings, please subscribe and turn on notifications, because what you're about to learn will radically alter your perspective on death, consciousness, and your own spiritual journey. Have you ever pondered what truly occurs in those vital first moments, days, and months after your soul departs from your physical form? Have you ever questioned whether consciousness simply ceases at death, or if there lies something much more remarkable awaiting us? Cayce's readings uncover a process so intricate and significant that it resembles a blueprint for the afterlife itself. Known as the Sleeping Prophet from Hopkinsville, Kentucky, he devoted 43 years to trance states, channeling insights that would transform our comprehension of consciousness beyond the physical realm. Today, I want to share with you 3 astonishing revelations from Cayce's documented sessions concerning the soul's initial year after passing. First, there is the surprising 3-day interval during which your soul undergoes what Cayce referred to as the borderland state, a transitional dimension in which consciousness remains acutely aware. Second, there exists a prolonged period in which your consciousness meticulously reviews each thought, word, and action from your entire existence with absolute clarity. In the third phase, your soul makes a choice regarding its next life, influenced by profound patterns and spiritual lessons that will truly astonish you. However, there is something even more remarkable about these insights that will deeply impact you. In reading 136.83, Cayce explained how souls share their experiences from beyond, affirming everything he had disclosed for many years about the journey after death. This was not merely a concept or hopeful speculation. It served as concrete evidence that consciousness persists after the bodily demise in ways that are significantly more structured and intentional than most people have ever envisioned. Imagine this scenario. Virginia Beach in the 1940s. Edgar Cayce reclines on his renowned couch in his office, while his stenographer Gladys Davis sits close by, notepad in hand and ready to record. The room remains silent, broken only by the sound of waves crashing outside. Cayce has slipped into a trance, tapping into what he refers to as the Akashic Records, a cosmic archive that holds every thought, word, and action of every soul that has existed. Families mourning the loss of their cherished ones would journey from all over America seeking answers about their deceased relatives. Their inquiries, though straightforward, were filled with sorrow. What became of my loved one's soul? Are they in distress? Are they adrift? Will I have the chance to meet them once more? What Cayce disclosed next would transform our comprehension of consciousness following death and offer solace to countless bereaved families globally. Based on Cayce's insights, when your soul initially detaches from your physical form, it does not instantaneously rise to a celestial domain or encounter judgment from an outside divine force. Rather than that, you find yourself in what he referred to as the borderland, a realm situated between the physical and spiritual planes where your awareness lingers for a certain duration. This isn't merely an abstract spiritual idea borrowed from various religious beliefs. Cayce provided clear details regarding the timing, the procedure, and the occurrences in each stage. This is a pivotal shift in our perception of death. In the early moments following death, your spirit remains tethered to your physical body through what Cayce described as the silver cord, a spiritual connection that slowly fades as you move completely into the spiritual domain. However, here's the surprising aspect that contradicts everything we've been taught about death. You remain fully conscious and aware throughout the entire experience, going through a comprehensive review that is more vivid and detailed than anything you've encountered on Earth. In his work, 2671, Cayce explained that souls in this borderland state have the ability to observe events in the physical realm, watch their own funeral services, and grasp for the first time the true impact of every choice they made during their life. They can sense the feelings of those still alive, hear their thoughts, and share in their pain or joy as if it were their own. But this is merely the beginning of the soul's astonishing journey into awareness beyond death. This transforms our understanding of consciousness entirely, as Cayce disclosed that in this early phase, the soul has the chance to address unresolved matters from its physical existence. Some souls take this opportunity to provide solace to mournful relatives through dreams or spiritual experiences. Others focus on finishing spiritual lessons they were unable to complete during their lifetime, or convey critical messages to the living. Additionally, some dedicate this time to assisting other souls in their transition, guiding those who may feel lost or afraid of the dying process. What occurs after this initial stage will undoubtedly astonish you and confront your perceptions of the afterlife. In reading 5749-3, Cayce described a phase he referred to as the plane of reflection, where your soul enters a state of prolonged contemplation, meticulously examining each moment of your previous life in thorough detail. This experience isn't about punishment or external judgment. Rather, it's a divine blessing that provides your soul with insights into the spiritual implications of every decision made throughout your earthly journey. Picture yourself reliving every emotion, thought, and outcome of your actions, not only from your own viewpoint, but also from the perspectives of those you influenced. You will sense the happiness you delivered to others, as well as the suffering you inflicted. You grasp the far-reaching consequences of every kind word, every selfish act, and every instance of love or animosity. You recognize how your behaviors established intricate chains of cause and effect that reached far beyond your awareness in physical existence. As outlined in Cayce's readings, this period of reflection enables souls to comprehend how their harsh judgments harmed others, experiencing that pain intimately. They observe how their acts of true kindness mended hearts and transformed lives in ways they had never understood while alive. This process is at once humbling and enlightening, illustrating to the soul precisely what spiritual lessons were absorbed and what aspects still require attention. However, hold on. Something even more astonishing is on the horizon that will change your perspective on your entire spiritual journey. Following the reflection phase, your soul transitions into what Cayce referred to as the choosing phase, during which you actively select your next incarnation according to the spiritual lessons you need to experience. This is where Cayce's insights become genuinely remarkable, calling into question many common beliefs about reincarnation and spiritual growth. In his readings numbered 3-744, Cayce clarified that souls do not simply reincarnate randomly based on desire, chance, or fate's whims. Instead, they collaborate with what he termed spiritual guides and karmic councils to meticulously select their next lifetime with great accuracy. These guides are enlightened beings who have finished their earthly lives and now assist others in exploring the spiritual realms. They function as mentors, counselors, and educators, guiding each soul in recognizing the lessons they must learn and the experiences that will most effectively contribute to their spiritual development. Your soul considers various possible incarnations, much like a student choosing classes for an advanced degree. If you require patience, you may opt for a lifetime filled with challenges that will teach you to endure gracefully and achieve inner tranquility despite external difficulties. If you seek to grasp the nature of true love, you may decide on situations that will challenge your ability to show forgiveness and compassion. There's a need to cultivate humility. You might opt for a lifetime dedicated to serving others, where you prioritize spiritual development over personal goals. Cayce's readings illuminate that this selection process is thoroughly intricate and intentional. In reading 1523-7, he explained how souls might opt to enhance their hidden creative talents in their subsequent life, choosing parents and conditions that would encourage the cultivation of those abilities from an early age. The soul understands that nurturing creativity is crucial for spiritual growth and actively makes decisions to facilitate that journey. However, what astounded even those closest to Cayce upon first hearing his insights was the revelation found in reading 57:6-4, where he stated that certain souls opt to postpone their reincarnation for considerable lengths of time. They exist in what he referred to as the in-between state, serving as guides for other souls navigating similar experiences. These souls willingly put their own spiritual progress on hold to aid others in their transitions or to support individuals on Earth facing spiritual difficulties. This phenomenon accounts for why some people have particularly vivid encounters with departed loved ones that feel more authentic than typical dreams. Based on Cayce's interpretations, these souls are currently in a phase of service, utilizing their time in between lifetimes to offer solace to the bereaved, assist the lost, or share spiritual wisdom with those receptive to it. They have not yet transitioned to their next life because they have decided to prioritize helping others first. This act of service is recognized as a pathway to spiritual growth. According to readings 21-24-3, certain souls spend many years in the realm of service, aiding others through their transitional phases before ultimately selecting their forthcoming lives. Throughout this period, they tend to reach out to individuals in their dreams, providing comfort and guidance during challenging times. These service-oriented individuals frequently assist those who are getting ready for their own transitions, guiding them in understanding what lies ahead. However, there is a concept that can fundamentally change your perspective on your spiritual journey and empower you significantly in your spiritual growth. Cayce shared in reading 262-8-6 that you can actually prepare for this transition while still living, which can lead to a more seamless and intentional transition. This mindful approach to spiritual advancement has the potential to greatly hasten your soul's evolution and enrich your afterlife experience. By engaging in meditation, prayer, and what Cayce referred to as attunement, you can start reflecting on your life and implementing spiritual adjustments now, instead of postponing it until after death. This indicates that you can address karma, extend forgiveness, and learn spiritual lessons while you have the chance to act in the material realm. Essentially, you can accomplish much of the work during the reflection period while still living, which helps your soul progress more rapidly after you pass on. In reading 281.13, Cayce provided detailed guidance on how to ready yourself for the journey into the afterlife. He suggested engaging in daily meditation, ideally at the same hour each day, to create a spiritual rhythm. Additionally, he recommended maintaining a spiritual journal to monitor your thoughts, actions, and spiritual realizations. Above all, he emphasized the importance of engaging in what he referred to as soul exercises. These encompass consciously forgiving others, expressing gratitude for every experience, whether positive or negative, and striving to grasp the deeper spiritual significance of challenges and relationships. Reading 262.19 offers comprehensive insights into meditation techniques that can aid souls as they prepare for their transition. Cayce advised beginning with basic breathing exercises and gradually enhancing the ability to quiet the mind and connect with higher spiritual vibrations. He highlighted that consistent meditation fosters an awareness of spiritual realms, facilitating a smoother and more conscious transition after death. The most astonishing discovery was presented in reading 1158-25, where Cayce stated that souls who prepare during their earthly existence can indeed expedite their spiritual growth and navigate the afterlife process more swiftly. This signifies that your present existence is not merely focused on day-to-day survival or even attaining material success. It's about gearing up for the most crucial journey your soul will embark on. Each kind gesture, every act of forgiveness, and all attempts to grasp your spiritual mission are essentially equipping you for conscious growth beyond death. The meditation you engage in today, the forgiveness you offer tomorrow, and the love you share with others, these are all preparations for your soul's next remarkable journey. Grasping this concept transforms every moment into something sacred and every decision into one of spiritual importance. However, modern science is only beginning to grasp the implications of Cayce's insights, and it is truly astonishing. Recent investigations in the fields of consciousness and near-death experiences are affirming numerous specific aspects Cayce mentioned in his readings regarding the afterlife journey. This transcends mere ancient knowledge or religious convictions. It represents a form of spiritual science that contemporary research is substantiating through advanced scientific techniques. Dr. Raymond Moody's pioneering studies on near-death experiences remarkably align with many of Cayce's accounts. Individuals who have been clinically dead and later revived report undergoing in-depth life evaluations, recognizing the connections among all their actions and decisions, and experiencing the emotions of those they impacted. They convey the same thorough review process that Cayce illustrated and share a similar feeling of selecting their spiritual journey ahead. Dr. Ian Stevenson's research at the University of Virginia regarding reincarnation cases offers support for Cayce's teachings on soul selection and karmic patterns. Stevenson recorded numerous instances of children recalling past lives, with many recounting selection processes that resonate with Cayce's insights from his readings. Frequently, these children articulate their choices of parents, life situations, and even obstacles based on the spiritual lessons they were intended to master. The credibility of Cayce's revelations is heightened by their uniformity across thousands of readings conducted over 43 years. Whether he was detailing the post-life journey for mourning families, curious skeptics, or committed spiritual seekers, the process remained surprisingly uniform. The borderland state, the reflection period, and the choosing phase were consistently present in reading after reading with remarkable accuracy, indicating that Cayce was tapping into genuine insights about the nature of consciousness after death. The Association for Research and Enlightenment in Virginia Beach has carefully preserved each of Cayce's readings in their original format, enabling researchers to analyze patterns and corroborate his accounts of the afterlife journey. Each reading reaffirms the same fundamental process, offering a comforting and empowering roadmap for consciousness beyond death. These archives stand as one of the most extensive compilations of psychic insights ever gathered. However, the most reassuring element of Cayce's insights is the notion that death is not a conclusion. Rather, it is akin to a graduation ceremony for your spirit. Your spirit does not undergo judgment from an external authority or a capricious deity. Instead, it undergoes the ultimate fairness of comprehending every decision you've made and every lesson you've absorbed. There isn't an angry God poised to penalize you, no random divide between the saved and the damned, and no everlasting suffering for momentary errors. In the examination of 3744-2, Cayce highlighted that all souls ultimately reunite with the divine essence, no matter how many lifetimes are needed for this journey. The afterlife experience doesn't revolve around punishment or reward dictated by religious doctrines, but rather centers on conscious evolution and spiritual development. Each soul travels the same path toward the creative source, albeit at varying points along the way. Your spiritual advancement isn't determined by your church affiliation or the doctrines you subscribe to, but rather by your capacity for love, compassion, and understanding. Reading 1567-2 indicates that grasping the afterlife journey should inspire us to be more compassionate towards others, act with greater intention, and be more aware of our spiritual evolution. This understanding alters our perception of all relationships, challenges, and growth opportunities. Recognizing that each interaction contributes to your spiritual learning allows you to uncover the divine significance even in the toughest situations. It implies that every struggle you encounter in this life, every challenging individual you meet, and each hurdle you surmount is equipping you for your soul's evolution beyond the physical realm. The patience cultivated while handling difficult individuals evolves into spiritual strength for your next life. The compassion gained through hardship transforms into wisdom that you can impart to other souls. The act of forgiveness you engage in helps to dissipate karma and speeds up your spiritual development. The readings repeatedly highlight that the journey toward the afterlife starts with recognizing that our time in the physical realm serves as a form of spiritual instruction. Each experience, whether enjoyable or demanding, is crafted to impart particular lessons that aid in the evolution of your soul. By adopting this perspective, you start to discover significance and intention behind all that occurs. According to reading 57-4-914, souls that grasp their spiritual purpose while still in bodily existence can collaborate more deliberately with their spiritual guides and support entities. This intentional collaboration facilitates spiritual development and ensures a more seamless and meaningful transition after passing. A soul that has gained experience working with spiritual energies during its lifetime continues to engage with these forces post-death, now with enhanced proficiency and insight. As we conclude our exploration of Cayce's insights regarding the first year following death, the key takeaway is that your present life serves as groundwork for your soul's upcoming significant voyage. Each moment takes on a sacred quality when you recognize its significance in your everlasting quest for divine awareness. Every decision you make, every bond you cultivate, and each obstacle you surmount plays a vital role in your spiritual growth. Your relationships transform into avenues for spiritual development instead of triggers for drama or conflict. The obstacles you face turn into training for conscious evolution, moving beyond mere suffering to be tolerated. Your everyday decisions become meaningful steps towards enlightenment, rather than trivial tasks that merely occupy your time. When you fully grasp that this life serves as preparation for your soul's eternal journey, everything starts to gain deep significance and purpose. If these insights from Edgar Cayce's recorded readings have inspired you to explore new perspectives on consciousness and the afterlife, please like this video, share it with someone who could benefit from this transformative message, and subscribe to our channel for more remarkable insights from the most well-documented psychic in American history. The journey of your soul is just starting, and comprehending its direction can alter the way you experience each day of your present life. What is your main insight from Cayce's insights regarding the initial year following death? Have you encountered any events that resonate with Cayce's observations? Are you starting to get ready for your own spiritual adventure beyond this life? Feel free to share your reflections in the comments below, and let's keep this dialogue going about consciousness, spirituality, and the remarkable journey that lies ahead for each of us.